Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I am at the San Felipe Natural Springs Park in Del Rio, Texas. This is a city park with some very nice swimming areas, and it is right beside the very busy Highway 90. So I'm going to go down and show you the San Felipe Creek. It starts at some springs north of town, and it's the entire water supply system for the city of Del Rio. There's a little bit of a waterfall here, but it's hard to see with all the brush around it. As you can see, it goes underneath Highway 90, and also there's a railway trestle that goes over the creek. They have 3 footbridges across the creek like this one. From the middle of the bridge you can see a good view of it. And we got a couple of strange little doggies that seem to be lost. I don't see anybody else around that these dogs might belong to. I wonder why they have built this concrete wall up so high and then painted it blue. This is a cold day in the winter, but I bet a hot day in the summer. There are a lot of people down here swimming. They also have a large swimming pool that they have drained for the season. And there's also this big water slide that goes down into a trough there just on the other side of the wall of the swimming pool. So that looks like a lot of fun. I bet this is a popular place for inner tubing because the water is just running so swiftly. Whereas most creeks are barely moving, this one is running pretty swiftly, so this should be an ideal place to do some inner tubing or rafting. There are actually 3 legs to the creek, so if you like the water nice and calm, then you might want to come over to this one. Here is the entrance to the swimming pool. You can see the signs here. And it's right beside the middle leg of the creek, which is running moderately quick. So there's something for everyone, I guess. A swift one, a still one, and one in the middle. This is the middle leg below this dam. The water above the dam is very still. There are actually 2 main legs to the creek, and then just below the dam they have it splitting off into 2 different legs. And the water here is very clear and very clean, and in some places where it's not too deep you can actually see the bottom of the creek. Around here it looks like the water is only about a foot deep, and I'm quite a ways away here and you can clearly see the pebbles on the bottom of the creek. This is the east leg of the creek on the north side of Highway 90, and it is right beside a big golf course, and you can see one of the sand traps there on the course. This is the west leg on the north side of the highway, where the creek is the widest, and you can see how far back it goes there. And the water is so clear that you can see the golf balls on the bottom of the creek from some golfers that got way out of line. And there's another golf ball. Well, there's some nice scenery here any time of the year, but if you're here in the summer, you definitely want to come by and dip in the creek to cool off. While I'm here in Del Rio, I'm staying at the Walmart, and this is the 37th time I have stayed overnight at a Walmart. And this one is different than any others I've seen in that it actually has designated RV spaces. It says right here, RV park only. And these spaces are huge. There's actually room for 2 of my motorhomes in this RV park space. And as you can see, I have the only RV here, but there are a bunch of cars and pickup trucks parked in these RV park only spaces. I stayed here last night, and it was me and about 4 18-wheeler trucks. And that brings up a concern. I don't mind the truckers parking at Walmart with one condition: if they will turn off their engines, which they usually do not. And last night I had this 18-wheeler truck parked right next to me, and he didn't turn his engine off all night long. And this is in December, so it's nice and cool. He wasn't using his air conditioner. I don't know if he was using an electric heater or what. Or maybe it's that he's got a refrigerated truck with produce or something in it that has to stay cold, I suppose. But my concern is if Walmart gets too overwhelmed with these 18-wheeler trucks, then they might change their policy. And I was in the San Antonio Walmart a couple days ago, and the area the furthest away from the store was just dominated by these 18-wheeler trucks. Now, sometimes these trucks are Walmart trucks, and they'll say Walmart on the side, but most of the time they're just regular 18-wheeler trucks from various trucking companies, and they shop at Walmart too. I'm okay with that, as long as they're not overwhelming everything, and if they will turn their engines off. Sometimes I run my generator, which I would only do when I need air conditioning, but it is really quiet compared to those big diesel engines. So I'm just hoping that Walmart will not see this as a big problem with all these truckers that stop here instead of at truck stops, and change their policy to no longer allow any overnight parking in their stores. I just hope it does not get to that point. And most of the Walmarts I've been at, there's always more 18-wheeler trucks than there are RVs. So we'll see if anything comes of that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video of the San Felipe Springs Park and my Walmart update. Good day, folks.